Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be doing a discussion about the Egg Hunt 2019, Scrambled in Time. Now, I went into this Egg Hunt with really high expectations and I waited a whole day for it to come out. I tried to ignore all the negative opinions on it by, being really lazy and terrible, but unfortunately that's really what it did feel like in the end. Now, in all honesty, this whole event was just a complete mess up. I mean, there was good and bad to it, but it was just a whole big mess. I couldn't believe how unorganized, how lazy it was, and I'm talking in terms of how the story was made, because it was basically you had to go through these portals and collect all these eggs just to close them. And you know what, I don't really like the story. I know the story, it's just a story, as you say. It's just, who cares about the story? But for me, I do personally really love the stories of the Egg Hunts. I loved last year's story. I thought that was really well thought out, but this year it just felt lazy and just really not thought out, and I didn't like it. I don't think many other people liked it as well. Now, another thing was it was just frustratingly hard to just earn the eggs. Like, some eggs just took about 30 minutes just to get one egg, and it was so frustrating. It was just really tedious, and it was games like, I'd say, Death Run, Escape Room. Those are the sort of games that it was really like lobby based, and you had to wait, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes just for one egg. And the problem was it was really team based in these lobby based maps, like waiting for these mini games. And when you got into these maps, like when you had to have your team do all these little quests and everything, all these mini tasks, and if your team was really bad at the game or something, if your team just didn't know what to do, or if they kept on trying to kill you, it was really hard to try and get the egg. So it was stuff like, I'd say, what is it called, Roblox Battle. That was really hard. So there was this map of where you had to start putting fuel in your tank, but the problem is that everyone was against each other and you could all kill each other. So it was a really massive problem with that, and it was really frustratingly hard to do that. And linking to that, many of these maps had absolutely nothing to do with the Egg Hunt. Like, there was nothing Easter related, there was nothing egg related. It was literally as if it was just a normal map in the game. It had no relevance to getting eggs or anything. It was like okay, so here's an example. In Death Run, you had to get these crystals and bring them back to this, I don't know, I think it was a thing. I don't know, you had to bring crystals back to the start, and I don't know what these crystals meant, but it had nothing relevant to the Egg Hunt, and I don't know how they thought of this. It's like they just slapped it in the game just for the sake of it. Right, here's the egg, and so yeah, it was just for the sake of it, and it's like it had no real meaning. And the problem with that is, like, yeah, you might be saying, oh, don't worry, just get over it. Well, the problem with that is, well, an Egg Hunt is supposed to be about, it's gonna be related to the Egg Hunt. It's got to be related to Easter. It's got to be related to something like, even if it was like you got to take these eggs back to a bunny, something like that would have been really good. Games like Death Run, Escape Room had nothing to do with the Egg Hunt. And now, these are not an offense to these developers, but it was just really annoying how these games couldn't put something that was egg related or anything. And this kind of drove like the hype away, because when I came into the Egg Hunt, I was really hyped and stuff. Like, this was going to be really, really awesome, and I was really looking forward to the story and everything. All these events and stuff, like all these different mini games that were going to be related to the event, but the fact that all of these just felt like I was playing a normal game, it was really annoying. And there was no excitement to it. There was no kind of like nostalgic feelings or anything like that. It just felt completely normal. Now let's move on to the art directory, which I was really shocked about. And like, this was just, it looked old. Let's just say that. It looked like old Roblox style. The GUIs, because I've worked on GUIs back in Roblox Studio in the past, and I know like these basic GUIs, these UIs, the buttons and everything. The buttons inside the lobby and the hub and all this, it was just terrible. I don't know how much I can stress this. Like, this was absolutely terrible design of buttons and the UIs, the interfaces, the layouts of these buttons. It was just terrible. It just looked so old. It really did not look intriguing to click or anything. It was really not engaging. It really did not look, all fun and everything in the sense of it looking stylish or anything. It just looked like someone slapped a square on, put a bit of text on, in there you go. go. Now, however, I do really love the eggs that were made for this egg hunt. I thought there were some really good creative designs in there, such as like the egg tannet, the egg skate rocket, and the explosion eggs. I really loved all of those eggs. I thought they were really brilliant, and it really invited the community together, having to play all these games and helping each other out, and it was really developer driven. It really kind of appealed, Roblox was really appealing to developers, which I really admired, and I thought it was really helpful towards like developers trying to increase their player count and everything, you know, having their games more noticed, because personally, I went into these games to collect eggs, and afterwards I thought, you know what, I actually enjoyed that game, and I actually went back into some of these, and I went into games such as backpacking, which is like a camping game, and I really enjoyed that, so I came back to it, and you know, it wasn't just for the eggs, it was really, really good like that. Now, coming into the boss fight, which was linked with the hub, I found it just repetitive. Now, I found this repetitive because you had to do like the same task every single time, and if you got it wrong, you had to start all over again, and I just found that extremely stressful. It was just really tedious as well, having to do it the same thing every single time. It wasn't very fun, it wasn't exciting, there was nothing really hype over it. It was just bland. Now, in overall conclusion, I think the whole egg hunt, I honestly think it was just really bland. It was tedious. It was just stressful. I don't find this really fun at all. I mean, I'm not saying this is the worst egg hunt, but I'm not saying this is one of the best, like up there with the great ones. I think it could have been improved a lot in terms of art directory, building. Well, I mean, the building was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but I think stuff like the UI design, like stuff like that, the quests and everything in games, I think the developers could have worked a bit better on that for players to earn eggs, to build that hype up. So the end product wasn't great, but I suppose we just got to make the most of it at the end of the day. I mean, and quite sadly, I was expecting a lot more to come out from this egg hunt, considering it's the last one, which I'm really upset about, to be honest, because this is the last one. I thought they were going to put their all into this one, but turns out they didn't. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. This has been Ozzers. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to join the Ozzers, please go hit that subscribe button. And this is Ozzers, signing out. Goodbye, everyone.
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship's